The hospital monitor suddenly spikes, but the unconscious patient never opens his eyes. Seconds later, every security camera inside the building goes black. 3 nurses rush inside, only to discover muddy footprints leading away from the bed. The patient has never moved. Before anyone can explain the impossible trail, every electronic clock freezes at exactly the same second. Months earlier, the family had believed moving into a larger home would solve their problems. Instead, strange sounds began before the furniture was even unpacked. A heavy object crashes above the ceiling. When they search the attic, nothing is disturbed except a thin layer of dust. A missing notebook appears neatly folded on a shelf nobody remembers using. Its pages are completely blank. That night, someone knocks 3 times from inside the attic. The family is downstairs together. The next morning, the young man climbs upstairs to investigate alone. One step suddenly collapses beneath him. He escapes with only minor injuries, but pauses before leaving. Someone is breathing in the darkness behind him. He refuses to describe what he heard. By sunrise, he cannot be awakened. Doctors identify no illness, no injury, and no poison. Every result appears perfectly normal. Weeks become months without change. The family brings him home after every specialist reaches the same conclusion. A baby monitor suddenly broadcasts footsteps instead of static. The sound continues even after its batteries are removed. Every window inside the house fogs over from the inside despite the warm weather outside. Fresh footprints appear upstairs every dawn. They always stop beside the unconscious man's bed. The family installs new cameras overnight. By morning, every recording ends at the exact same frame. Convinced the house is cursed, they leave immediately. The silence during the drive feels almost comforting. Their new home remains quiet for less than 1 day. Then someone begins walking across the ceiling after midnight. The impossible pattern breaks one assumption. Whatever followed them never belonged to the first house. An elderly investigator quietly studies the unconscious man before speaking a single sentence. The building was never the target. The older investigator asks everyone to leave the bedroom except the father. The room becomes noticeably colder the moment the door closes. She places an old brass compass beside the bed. Instead of pointing north, the needle begins spinning faster every second. The spinning suddenly stops. The needle points directly at the unconscious man's chest. She quietly explains that something is preventing him from returning, not something keeping him asleep. The father dismisses the claim as grief mixed with imagination. Hours later, he finds unfamiliar symbols scratched beneath the bed frame. None of the scratches are fresh. They were hidden beneath layers of old paint. The investigator reveals identical symbols have appeared in abandoned buildings across the region for decades. Every location shares one impossible detail. Witnesses always describe hearing footsteps without seeing anyone. That evening, loud footsteps circle the bedroom for nearly an hour. The hallway remains completely empty. A locked closet suddenly swings open by itself. Inside, every family photograph has fallen onto the floor. Only one picture remains hanging. The unconscious man's face has faded until it is almost invisible. The investigator warns that memories disappear before people do. The family has already lost something they cannot name. The father suddenly realizes he cannot remember the last conversation he had with his son before the collapse. Searching old notebooks reveals entire pages torn away. The missing sections all belong to the same week. The investigator believes someone intentionally erased those memories long before the family noticed anything unusual. That night, every smoke detector activates simultaneously. No smoke or fire can be found. When the alarms finally stop, a slow knocking begins beneath the floor instead. Removing several floorboards reveals a narrow passage descending below the foundation. None of the house plans mention it. Cold air rises from the darkness carrying the faint sound of distant breathing. It does not echo like normal sound. The investigator quietly seals the entrance and delivers a chilling warning. Whatever is below has already found another way inside. Before dawn, the unconscious man's fingertips twitch for the first time in months. The movement lasts only 2 seconds before complete stillness returns. Everyone celebrates the tiny sign of recovery. The investigator remains silent, refusing to call it progress. Fresh scratches suddenly appear across the bedroom wall. They form a straight line toward the front door. Following the marks outside leads nowhere. They simply stop in the middle of the rain-soaked yard. The investigator concludes that the trail is incomplete. Something interrupted whoever, or whatever, was leaving. The bald researcher uncovers forgotten municipal records describing an abandoned railway platform beneath the district. Every missing person report connected to the area mentions hearing distant train brakes that never arrive. The family follows the maps underground, hoping to find an explanation before another night falls. Dust covers every surface except one narrow path. It looks as though someone walked there only minutes earlier. A distant whistle echoes through the tunnel. No tracks remain connected to the station. The whistle grows louder without changing direction. It seems to come from every tunnel at once. A metal door at the end of the passage slowly opens on its own. Behind it lies an untouched stone staircase. The staircase descends far deeper than the station's recorded foundation. Every phone immediately loses signal. At the bottom waits a ruined chapel sealed beneath the city for generations. Dust covers everything except the central aisle. Hundreds of extinguished candles surround an empty chair. None show signs of melting despite their age.